You've probably seen this happen at work. Two people, they say the same thing, but one gets nods and approval and the other is ignored. I once worked with a young manager, smart, capable, but every time she spoke, people cut her off. Not because she lacked knowledge, but because her communication leaked doubt. She used phrases like, I think maybe, I'm not sure, but just my opinion. And the room, they stopped taking her seriously. 3 months later, with a few communication shifts, senior leaders started calling her the most confident young manager we have. Her ideas didn't change. The way she spoke did. So today, I'll give you 5 exact communication habits that make people listen. And I'll show you word for word phrases that you can start using tomorrow. Leadership communication is not about English fluency or vocabulary. It's about clarity, it's about confidence, and it's about control of your message. If your words feel weak, people treat your presence as weak. Simple as that. To speak like a leader, use the lead framework. Every time you talk, L is language of confidence, E is eliminate fillers and apologies, A is anchor your message with structure, and D is direct call to action or CTA. Let's break each one down with templates. So the first one is language of confidence. Now here are some examples of weak language. I think maybe, we could possibly, I'm not sure, but. Now instead use strong language like this. Based on data, here's what makes sense. This is the most efficient approach. Here's what we should do next. Or use this phrase and see the difference. Here's the problem. Here's the impact. And here's what I recommend. The second one is eliminate fillers and these apologies that people have. Stop saying just. Sorry, can I add something? Quick question when it's not quick at all. Every just sounds like a permission slip you don't need. Now replace it with, I want to add one point. I have a question. Here's what we need to clarify. Now here's a small challenge for you. Record yourself speaking for 2 minutes. Count your like, basically just, and remove 30% by next week. You will sound 2x more credible. The third one is anchor your message with structure. Now people respect speakers who organize thought. So use this. There are 3 parts. Or before we decide, here are 2 options. Or let me summarize what matters. And here's a mini template for you. Context is options is recommendation. So here's an example. Here's the situation. We have 2 options. My recommendation is option B because it saves cost and time. Isn't it simple? This alone separates you from the average speakers. The fourth one is direct call to action. Now don't end your statements weakly. Here are some examples of weak endings. So yeah, that's what I think. Let me know. Instead, use this. If there are no objections, I will proceed. Or let's finalize by Friday. Or what do you need from me to move forward? See the difference? Leaders guide the room. They don't wait for validation. And the fifth one, bonus, control your pace. Fast speech, it shows anxiety. Leadership pace should be measured, slow, and intentional. So try this. After delivering your main point, pause 2 seconds. Let silence do the work. Silence signals confidence. So in your next meeting, prepare your message using context, options, and recommendation. speak slower than usual, end with a clear action, you will immediately feel the room take you more seriously. And to drive my point, here's a final comparison of before after. Before is like, I'm not sure, but I think maybe the vendor delay is why we are missing deadlines. The after is the delay comes from the vendor. Two solutions: extend timelines or change suppliers. My recommendation: change supplier. Cost difference is minimal, reliability is higher. If everyone is okay, I'll start the process today. No arrogance, just clarity. I want you to reflect on this. So ask yourself, which weak phrases do I use the most? And do this exercise for the next 7 days. Write down every time you say just, maybe, I think, sorry, but, and replace them with stronger phrases. You will hear respect in people's tone within 1 week. People don't follow leaders because they are loud. They follow leaders who speak with direction, with conviction. You don't need to change who you are. You just need to speak in a way that represents the value you already bring. So if you want to level up your leadership game, check out the leadership series that I have made for you. And yes, subscribe so you don't miss valuable leadership content. I'll see you in the next one.